everybody. My name is Alyssa. Welcome to this chair yoga class. To get started, you may want to have a few props handy, but don't worry if you don't have them. You can still follow along and do the class. We won't be using any blocks today, but we will be using a yoga strap. And if you don't have one, not to worry. Go ahead and find a tie that will work for you, or two ties hooked together, or a scarf. That will serve the purpose just as well. And if you don't have any of those props available, not to worry. You can still do the poses that we'll be using the props for. I'll show you how. Today's class has to do with the concept of santosha. This roughly translates from the Sanskrit to contentment or acceptance of everything. And so you might think, well, this is a really tough time to be thinking about accepting things because we are all being tried by the coronavirus and all the restrictions we have, and I think many of us are suffering sheltering in place fatigue, not being able to go where we want to. So this is precisely the time where we need to engender the idea of contentment. It's the idea that you can feel happy with what you don't have as well as what you do have. It's the idea that you can have wealth regardless of what you lose or what you gain. And the concept that no matter what happens, you have an inner sense of yourself, your true self, that doesn't change, that's inherently okay with life, and no matter what happens, this too shall pass. So with that in mind, let's get started. Sitting in your chair, assuming our mountain pose, which we come back to again and again. So feet are about hip-width distance apart, and you might even take your fists and bring them together and put them between your feet, and that's the size of your hips. I know a lot of times we think that they are wider than they are, but that about will sum it up. And melt your hips down. Line up your knees with your ankles, which might mean that you have to walk the feet out just a little bit so they're in line, and line up your shoulders with your hips. Allow the shoulders to melt down. Sink your hips in the chair and rise the crown of your head toward the sky. Gaze softly down at the floor, or allow the eyelids to close completely. We'll begin with some awareness exercises here, some mindfulness. So start by scanning your body and notice any twinges, any itches, sensations that are coming up for you in your body, and just let them be. Just take a mental note of them. And now come to your thoughts. Is there a swirling beehive going on up in your mind? Are you fixed on one thing in particular you're trying to be free of? Or can you just let the thoughts, the many thoughts that come to you, settle? Again, without judgment, just let them be. And now, notice your breath. Where's your breath coming from today? Did you rush to set this up? Are you breathing from the upper part of your chest, very shallow? Is it coming deeper from your belly? Is it slow? Is it fast? Is it full? Can you feel any expansion out to the sides? Again, just noticing. And we'll begin to work with the breath a little bit here. First, we'll work with an open mouth exhalation. So take your breath in through your nose. Fill up as deeply as you can, possibly feeling the expansion of your belly as you inhale. And then open your mouth and relax the jaw. And sigh it out, possibly with an audible sound. Let's do another clearing breath just like that. Inhale through the nose. A little bit more. Sip in some more. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. Good. Now, breathe in again through the nose. Long and deep. Sip in, sip in. Now seal your lips and let the exhalation come through your nostrils. Full and deep until you feel your lungs empty completely. Inhale again through the nose. Sip in more. Rising, expanding. Now exhale through the nose. Pressing navel back toward your spine. Empty, empty. And then relax. Take 2 more full breaths on your own in this way. Last one. And take a moment to see what that intentional breathing does for your body, for your mind, for your thoughts. And now flutter your eyes open. Gaze is toward me. Realign your legs and your shoulders. Take the arms out to the side, palms up, raise them overhead. Palms come together on the inhale. Exhale, pull the hands down into your heart center. Again, palms come out to the side, raise them up, palms together. Inhale, exhale, back into your heart. Now, palms to the thighs, dropping your right arm down. Left arm will raise and bend over toward your right side. Nice stretch here. You can even hold on to the leg of the chair and extend a little bit more. Both palms come together overhead. Inhale, exhale, bring it back into your heart. Now the left arm comes down to the side, right arm will raise to the sky and bend over toward your left side. Lower the shoulder and lift the heart. One more full breath in and out. Both palms come together overhead and now draw them back into your heart. We'll begin to warm the spine up here. So take your hands and interlace them and turn the palms away from you. If that hurts your fingers in any way, you can always hold on one palm over the other like that. Inhale now, rise the palms overhead. Stick out your tailbone behind you. Scoop out your spine. Look up. Here is a cow pose. Exhale, roll everything down from the tip of your spine through your back, your shoulders. Chin comes down to the chest. Big rounding of your back. Palms now face you. This is your cat pose. So inhale up for your cow, scooping out, arching the spine. Exhale down for your cat, rounding, rounding, rounding. Inhale up for your cow. down for your cat. Last time, inhale up. Maybe lengthen the throat, lift the heart this time. Exhale, down. Flip the palms so they face you. Nice rounding of your arms, your spine, chin to the chest. Exhale. Good. Now coming back to your mountain pose. Feel your feet pressing into the ground beneath you. Check your alignment. Good. And now we'll take the arms out to the side on the inhale, raise them up overhead, and now forward fold, hinging at the hips, either halfway, fingertips pointing toward me, or allow the palms to reach toward the floor. They may or may not touch for a full forward bend, but only if this doesn't produce any sense of dizziness with the head inverted like this, or if you have any other conditions like blood pressure issues that might impede you inverting your head. Now bring the palms to the thighs, pressing in, winging your elbows in. Lift up halfway here for a halfway lift. Inhale, exhale, forward fold, either halfway or all the way down. Two more. Inhale, pressing in, halfway lift. Shoulder, your elbows come in. Inhale. Exhale, either halfway or forward fold all the way down. Last time. Inhale, pressing in for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Breathe in as you rise the arms to the sky. Palms come together. Exhale into your heart. And just with that flow that we just did, breathing and flowing together, notice what's going on in your body. How does it feel different? Are you warming up a bit? Now we'll take the arms to the sky as we inhale. Exhale, take them to the outside of your left hip and thigh. Lower the shoulders from the ears and twist from the middle to upper part of your back. See if you can keep your knees in line. Working on a spinal twist here. Inhale, exhale, twist just a little bit more. Inhale, the arms will rise. Exhale, forward fold, either halfway or all the way down. Inhale, raise the arms to the sky. Exhale, settle them to the right side. Breathing in and out, pressing the shoulders down toward the earth. And with each breath in and out, maybe you twist just a millimeter more, keeping your hips in line. And now turning towards center, arms raised, palms together, draw them down into your heart. We'll begin to stretch out the arms a little bit, working on range of motion of the arms. So I'm going to grab my scarf because I think that's what most of you may have. So I'll demonstrate how to do it with and without. We'll be working on the upper part of cow face pose, and then later on in the practice, we'll put it together, the arms and the legs. So for the arm part, we'll start by taking the scarf and throwing it over your right shoulder here. Right palm up, right palm to the back of the right shoulder. Now, if your shoulder is limited in any way or it hurts today for whatever reason, so maybe your palm, your elbow doesn't go that high, so adjust it to fit your body and always keep that in mind. Pressing back to whatever your measure is, and then the opposite arm comes around and holds on to the scarf, and then the top hand will hold on to the scarf in this way. I'll show you so you can see the back, and then gradually pull up on the scarf in each hand So they're reaching toward each other. And when you get it to a point where you're feeling a nice amount of stretch, just stay there. And use your breath, because when we are in positions where we are pulling the muscles, the breath allows us to really relax into that particular shape. Let's take a breath in and out together. One more. Release that down, and now take the scarf and throw it over your left shoulder. Again, left palm up, left palm to the back side of the left shoulder. Grab a hold of the scarf while you have it, and the right hand will reach around. Take a hold of the scarf behind you, and then pulling down with your right hand. Left hand is raising to your measure, whatever it is. And try to generate that sense of contentment with wherever you are, not wishing it were something different or remembering how it was in the past. Just being at ease with where you are right now. And now let's take a breath in and out together. And release that down. Keep it near your mat, because we'll come back to it a little bit later on. So now we'll stretch out the legs a little bit in preparation for standing, or not. It will be your choice. Drawing your right knee in toward the chest. Sit tall. First stretch to the knee. And now wrap up behind the right knee. Inhale here. Exhale and straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten, and hold, hold, hold. Your heel may not be as high as mine. It might be down on the floor, or it could be as high as mine. Right here, heel comes down. Hands will raise up, and we forward fold over the right leg. Fingertips reaching in the direction of the ankle, but in no means touching. Unless you're more flexible than I am, which could be the case. Walking the hands up the right leg. Bring the right leg out to the side. Scooch forward in your chair, holding on here. Lifting the right knee. Inhale here. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Two more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. You can be sliding your heel on the floor if that's working for you. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. Hold, hold, hold. Sit tall. Heel down. Right hand reaches in the direction of the right ankle. Left hand can either rise to the sky or stay placed on your hip. And exhale. Many variations to choose from. And bring it all in. We'll take it to the opposite side now. Drawing your left knee in toward the chest, sitting up nice and tall. And begin with bending and straightening. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Two more. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Last time. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Hold, hold, hold. Heel down if it's not already there. Arms will rise on the inhale. Fold it over the left leg. Fingertips reaching, falling wherever they may. Walk your hands up your left leg. Bring it out to the side. Scooch a little to the corner of your chair. Hold on firmly. Lift lifting the left leg. Inhale, bend it. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. 2 more. Inhale, bend it. Exhale, straighten. Last time. Inhale, bend and hold. Exhale, straighten and hold. Hold, hold, hold. Heel down. Left arm reaches in the direction of the left ankle. You can hold on with the right hand, or you can rise it to the sky, or you can keep it on your hip and then raise your heart, your chest toward the sky for some opening here. Draw it all in. We will now go to some warrior poses done in the chair. And when we progress to standing, feel free to take the warrior poses a second time in the chair. You can get just as much benefit, but if balance is an issue or you're particularly tired today, there are many reasons to do them in the chair. Take any of the reasons that work for you today and you decide. We'll take the right knee out to the side and the left knee will point toward me. Take your hands on your hips and turn your hips toward your right side. Now, the left knee wants to cave in toward the right. See if you can resist that urge, and we'll do this also in standing. If you stand, the left knee tracks over the pinky side of your foot. Hips now face the right side. Arms will raise to the sky. This is our warrior one pose. Lower the shoulders as they tend to hike up toward the ears. Firm your belly. Palms will come together overhead. Maybe a lift of the heart in warrior one pose. Now bring the hands into your heart. Turn your chest toward me, your hips toward me. Right hand forward. Left hand behind you. Warrior two pose. So notice the L-shaped legs. You can keep those or you can extend the leg back, but you don't need to. That might feel like an excessive stretch on the hip. You can keep them in this L-shaped leg pose positioning. So now flip both palms, rise them overhead on the inhale. Exhale, bring it into your heart and back out again. Flip your front palm, inhale. Exhale, reverse peaceful warrior. The first was gentle. And back to our warrior two. Now bend up your right elbow, connected to the inside or up on the top of your right thigh. Left hand can stay on the hip or rise up toward the sky, lifting the heart and lengthening out both sides of your waist. This is side angle pose. And back to your warrior two pose. Hands come to the hips. Send the hips forward. Bring the right hip forward, starting in mountain. And now let's take the left leg out to the side. Hands on the hips. Swiveling both hips toward the left knee. Inch out your right knee so that there's good alignment between your knee and ankle, and hips now are facing the left side. You might need to change the position of your hips. We have L-shaped leg formation here, so legs can stay just like that, or you can feel free to extend your right leg back, only if it feels comfortable. That's quite a stretch, which might feel good to you for the right hip or not, or stay right here. Choose whatever variation works for you right now. Arms will raise to the sky. Warrior one. Be careful of the right knee dropping in toward your center. Palms can come together, lifting up the sternum, maybe a little bit of a reach or extension of the neck or not. And this is Warrior One pose. Now bring the hands into the heart and open up toward your Warrior Two. Right hand behind you, left hand in front of you. Both palms will flip, join them overhead on the inhale. Exhale through your heart center and out again. Gentle Warrior. Flip your front palm, reverse into your Peaceful Warrior. Inhale here, exhale, back to your Warrior Two. Bending up the left knee, join it to the top side or inside of your left thigh. Right hand to the hip or rise it up for side angle pose. Lengthening out and lifting the chest. Lengthening out both sides of the waist. And back to your Warrior Two and bring the legs together. So you can join me by standing or stay seated in the chair. One more thing I forgot to show you, because we will start with some downward facing dog poses before we get into the warrior poses. The way to do a downward facing dog in the chair would be to extend the hands high as you can, and walk the heels out so your feet come to the heels, and lean forward, pressing, pulling in your lower abdominal muscles, pressing as though you're pressing against the wall, pressing your heels into the floor. That would be your down dog and seated. All right, so we'll begin with our down dog in standing, if you're joining me. To stand. Standing at the edge of the chair, holding on with your palms. Stand nice and tall. And then walk back, footprint by footprint by footprint. I'm going to push my chair a little further so you can see me. Until you feel a tug in the back of your legs and your hamstring muscles. Allow the head to fall in between the upper arms and press your sits bones, those bones that you sit on, back behind you. So you're feeling a stretch in the shoulder, in the backs of the legs. And as you feel that stretch in the backs of the legs, begin to pedal out your dog by inhaling and bending the right knee. Exhaling, bending the left knee. Inhale, bend right knee. Exhale, bend left knee. And continue with this bicycling motion. Slow and with breath. And then come to some stillness. Breathe in here, bend your knees. Breathe out, slowly walk it forward toward the chair. And if you have any issues, again, with inversion, you can vary your head position. Don't go back quite as far. There are many things that you can do to change it up, or sit in the chair for your down dog. One more time, inhale here. Exhale, slowly walk it back, footprint by footprint by footprint, maybe about 2 or 3. Reaching forward, gaze can be down or forward. Stretching back, and maybe the second time it feels a little looser in your hamstrings because we've just stretched them out a bit. Breathe in here, bend your knees. Breathe out, walk it forward toward the chair. And now I'll demonstrate chair pose. So for chair pose, you can either be sitting in the chair and lifting up, or you can have the chair in front of you, holding on to the edge of the chair. Feet are about hip width distance. Sit your heels way back. Sit your hips way back behind your heels. So the weight is behind you. Keep your spine nice and long. Pull in your belly, and then hands can either stay on the chair right here, or they can raise to the sky. And you might be sensing some contraction, strong contraction in your thigh muscles and in your core. And now hands come to the chair and relax back to your mountain pose. Let's take that again. I'll demonstrate towards you so you can see what I'm doing. We'll keep the feet at hip width distance right now. Arms can raise. Sit it back behind you, keeping nice long spine, contracting the inner thigh muscles, pulling in your belly muscles. Hands can stay on the chair if the chair is in front of you, or rising up. Inhale here, exhale here, and then come back to your mountain pose. Let's take the hands together, rise them up, and bend over toward your right side. For a nice stretch, maybe you interlace all your fingers, keeping your pointer pointing out toward the right. Exhale, bring it center, and now let's bend in the opposite direction. Stretching, opening up the whole side of your body. And then center and bring it back into your heart. We'll begin with our warrior poses, so feel free to take the versions that I demonstrated before, or join me in these. So holding onto the chair, step back with your right foot behind you. So right toes will be facing the upper right corner of your mat. Left toes are ahead of you, and there's a bend in the knee. So as we're holding onto the chair, you might be bending toward the chair. See if you can pull the chair a little bit toward you so that you can get your torso nice and tall. Think of a tree trunk growing out of the ground. Your hips are your torso is growing right out of your hips, nice and tall. Bending into the left knee. One arm may raise, and that's great. Two arms may raise, and that's great. No arms may raise. They're all great. Try to be happy wherever you are, no matter what you have and no matter what you don't have. Here we are in our Warrior One pose. So see if you can sense the outer edge of your right foot, and as though you are drawing back into that right edge. And the left knee is right over your left ankle. Palms can come together overhead, and maybe you lean back, maybe you don't, lifting the heart. Now bring the hands into the heart and turn the hips out and the right toes out. Left toes stay pointed toward the chair. Maybe you need to widen your stance a bit, adjust it. Your right hand behind you, your left hand in front of you, or left hand can stay on the chair. Your choice. So inhale, both palms can flip, rising overhead for your gentle warrior. And let's try that again, rising overhead for gentle warrior, straightening both legs. One hand can stay up, one hand can rise. One hand can stay down and one hand can rise. Bring it through your heart, sending it back out to your gentle warrior. Flipping your front palm, right hand travels down the right leg. Left hand can rise or stay on the chair. This is your reverse warrior, your peaceful warrior. And back to your warrior two. Now, let's bend up your left elbow and bring it to the top of the chair. Right arm can rise. Here we are for our side angle pose. Now, if you're feeling strong in the legs and you're balanced, Today, you can take the right elbow to the top of the the left elbow to the top of the left thigh. Right arm is raising, or you can stay here or maybe here. Always so many options to pick from. And back to your warrior two. Now, holding on to the chair, come to the ball of the back foot. Coming to a crescent lunge. And reaching forward, coming to the toe point of the right foot for a little bit of balance here. One arm might raise, the other might raise too. Or you can take the hands to the chair and lift the back foot completely, toe down, body sent forward over the chair, holding on. Maybe you push the chair out a little in front of you. And left arm might go forward while the right arm is back for even a little more balance. Left arm back to the chair. Right foot comes back down, coming to our crescent lunge. Stepping the right foot forward. We'll take it to the opposite side. Standing at the chair, step back now with your left foot behind you, assuming a formation of warrior two feet. I'm going to move this up a little bit so you can see. So the left toes are now facing the upper left-hand corner of your mat. Adjust your waist, your torso, so you can get it nice and tall. Hands stay on the chair. Bending into the right knee now. Making sure it's not way ahead of the ankle. Just directly over, a little behind. Maybe widening the stance. Rooting down with your feet. Warrior one, feet. We build from the ground up. Now, maybe one hand will rise to the sky. And be satisfied with that, if that's where you are today. The other hand might rise to the sky, and palms can come together. Again, really press into the outer edge of the left foot, the calf there, and sit a little lower in your warrior one pose. Wherever you are, hands might even be here. Palms will come into the heart center. And now turn and open toward me. The back toes, the left toes will turn out. They were turned in, now they turn out. And your heels are roughly perpendicular to each other, like a right angle. Adjust them so they feel right in your body. The right knee is bent, the left knee is straight, right arm is forward, left arm behind you, or right hand can stay right here for your warrior two pose. Both palms flip. Inhale them overhead, straighten both legs, bring it through your heart center, back out again. We are in our warrior two pose. That was peaceful warrior. One palm will flip, reach back down your left leg, halo over your head with your right hand, or here and just reach back. This is peaceful warrior. Inhale here. Exhale back to warrior two wherever you are. Bending up the right elbow, bring it to the top of the right chair for side angle. Or down to the seat of the chair. Or to the top of your right thigh. But if we come to the top of the right thigh, see if you can lengthen out, maintain equal length with both sides of your waist. And if that's an issue for you, then go to the chair and allow the beautiful opening and stretching of your heart while you maintain the bend in your front knee, the strength of your thighs, your legs, and back to Warrior Two. Now, holding on to the chair, come to the ball of the back foot, coming to our crescent lunge. So the heel is lifted, hands are right here on the chair. And come to the toe point of the back foot. And that might feel like a lot of balance for you right there. So stay there. Or you might raise both hands and really tighten your belly muscles, your abdominal muscles here, your core. And that's testing both your core and your balance. Or hold on to the chair and lean forward, lifting the back leg completely, possibly shifting it a little bit forward. Hovering over the chair. And your right arm now might reach forward. Using some point in the distance to fix your gaze, we call it a drishti, which will help with your balance. Breathing in and out. Hand to the chair, coming back to your crescent lunge, and step it forward. We'll take a seat in the chair now. And we'll come back to our cow face pose. So you might find the scarf that you used or not. We'll start on the right side. Scarf or strap, whatever you have, over the right side. Right palm up, right palm to the back of the right shoulder. Grab a hold of that scarf. Left hand comes around. Oops. You might have to pull it up like I just did mine till you get in the right spot. And right leg now crosses left. Pressing the knees, the thighs together, sit nice and tall. Arm raising toward the sky. We're putting the two pieces together of cow face pose. And now maybe you stay lifted just like this, or maybe you hinge at the hip just a little bit for a greater stretch, or not. Always your decision. And if bending one knee over the other, crossing knees like that is a problem, you can always cross down at the shins. There's always a way to do this, or just do the arms, or just the legs. Big breath in here, big breath out. Release. Now we'll take the other side, throw it over your left side. Or if you don't have it, I think I'll do it without my scarf for now. Left palm up, left palm to the back of the left shoulder, wherever is most comfortable. Right arm will now come around, and the fingers are reaching each other. Left leg over right. Sit tall. Squeeze the thighs together. Choose your garden variety of this pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lean it forward. Another breath in and out. And release it down. We'll take pigeon, half pigeon pose now for the outside of each hip. Bending up your left knee, cross it over cross your left ankle just above the right knee. And so maybe that feels like quite enough stretch to the outside of the left hip. If you're looking for a little bit more sensation, you can gently press the leg away. Or you can lean forward, looking for the just the right amount of sensation that feels good in your body. Never pain, never anything sharp. And then coming back to a seated position. We'll take it on the opposite side, bending up. Now the right knee, right ankle, just above the right knee. Press it away. Don't be surprised if one feels tighter than the other. We are not completely symmetrical beings. And maybe you lean it forward. Another full breath in and out. We're really winding down now here. Releasing the right leg down. Let's extend the right heel out, bringing the right and left thighs together. Arms will raise to the sky and bring them to the outside now of your left hip and thigh. For a nice twist, long-legged twist here. Arms will raise up on the inhale, and one more time, as we did in the beginning, fold forward over the right leg. Walk your hands up the leg, bring it in. Let's now extend out the left leg, bring the thighs together. Arms will raise up. Exhale to the outside of the right hip and thigh. Shoulders lower down toward the earth. And twist over toward your right. In this posture, the chin can either stay in line with the sternum, or maybe your gaze is headed over toward the right side for a stretch to the neck, as long as it doesn't feel uncomfortable or like too much stretching. Arms raise up on the inhale, and now bow forward over the left extended leg. Slowly walk the legs up, coming to your mountain pose. We'll take a little back bend here to open up the front side of the body as we're winding down. Take the palms behind you, pressing into the chair. Fingertips are facing toward your hips. Lean back, open up your chest. Maybe sliding the hips forward. Tilt of the chin if it's not too much inversion for you. Chin can always come down parallel to the floor. And release. We'll take one more just like that, a reverse tabletop pose. Pressing into the chair behind you, lifting up. Maybe, if you like, heels can walk out for a little bit more opening of the hips. Pressing in. Inhale here. Exhale. Coming to your seated position. Take the knees together and walk the feet apart from each other. One hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. Feel your heart beating into your palm and your belly breathing into the other hand. Find some gratitude for those simple body processes that we take for granted. And see if you can find some santosha in the knowledge that they are working today. Now, open up the knees, bring your soles of your feet together, splaying the knees out to the side. For a seated, reclined mound pose or butterfly pose. And now find some way for your body to be comfortable. You can walk the heels out. If you have a pillow handy or blocks, you can put your heels, each heel on a block. You can go lay down since you're in your house, one of the benefits of a home practice. But find some way to be at ease for these next few moments. We're headed into the resting portion of yoga. So allow your body to feel really heavy in a pleasant way, as though you're taking up lots of space on your chair. Allow your eyelids to soften and any wrinkles or worry lines in your brow to unfurrow. Relax your cheeks, unclench your jaw, open and close your mouth a few times. Soften the shoulders now down toward the earth. Sink your hips into the chair. Hands rest on your thighs or in your lap. And notice the contact of the hands with wherever they rest. Release any tension in your belly and feel some pleasant lightness around your heart center. Relax the muscles of your thighs and your calves, your ankles, your arches of your feet, and your toes. Allow yourself to feel grounded and cradled by the earth beneath you. And in this moment, find some contentment for something in your life. Even if it's just the act of your heart beating, the breath rising and falling in your lungs, the gift of being alive today. And maybe sending some compassion out into the world for those that are struggling with this gift right now. So bring some movements into your fingers and your toes. Coming back to a seated position. Let's stretch up the arms and stretch out the legs. Inhale, coming back to our mountain pose. Palms facing forward, arms sweep out to the side. On the inhale, palms together. Exhale, bring it down into your heart. Before we end practice, I'd like to leave you with this quote from Albert Einstein. There are two ways to think about life. One is as if nothing is a miracle, and another is as if everything is a miracle. Bring your palms to the space between your eyes, the place of your intentions, where you form all your ideas and goals and wishes. Bring your thumbs to your lips, where you express those wishes and thoughts through your words. And now draw it all into your heart, nestle it there with good intentions for your day, good intentions for reaching some sense of santosha today. The light in me bows and honors the light in each and every one of you. Let's bow together and say namaste. Bye, everybody. Have a good day. I miss you all, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.